Hello Team DC, my name is Jacob Crabb, partner and second generation owner here at Diamond C. In today's video, we are going to take a look and see what we mean when we say that our niche is extraordinary trailers with service to match. First, it's research and development, innovation across all products we build to help differentiate them in the market. Second, it's quality across all roles at Diamond C, fostering a measure twice, cut once environment. We devote the time, effort, and resources into all team members, ensuring their growth and success. Let's go take a look and see just how extraordinary shows up at Diamond C and what you can expect. Let's go. Our first stop in defining extraordinary starts with product design and innovation. We're here with Jeffrey Crabb, Diamond C's CEO. Our question for you is, how does extraordinary show up in product development and innovation?
Yeah, so in product development, deciding what trailers we're going to build, what they look like, how they work, all those things. The first step that we have to accomplish to strive for extraordinary is to define ordinary, right? We can't decide what extraordinary is until we know what ordinary is. So we invest a lot of time and effort and energy in knowing what the market norms are. What is the competitive landscape? What are the other trailer builders around the country doing? And what's their product offering? How are they going to market with their product? All those things. And also considering customer demand and expectations. What do the end users of the trailers and the dealers abroad, what do they expect from us as part of kind of the industry norms? So all of those things combined define ordinary for us. And that's our starting place at Diamond C. So our ambition has always been, since 1985, from the very beginning, our ambition has always been to do it better, to build a better product, to build a product that is absolutely set apart from the competitors. It's been our number one marketing strategy all these years, our number one growth strategy all these years. And that's not just to build a shiny, pretty trailer, though shiny and pretty is critical. It comes down to all the details of the fit, form, function, how it's put together, the details in the wiring connections. All those things add up to determine the end user's end customer's experience in, is it ordinary like everyone else's, or is it better than? Is it clearly set apart? Is it extraordinary? That's what we have to strive for, and that's our driving ambition in everything we touch, every product that we touch, in developing our trailers, developing a new feature, developing a whole new model, revising an existing model, whatever the project is. We are striving to go beyond what everyone else expects, beyond what everyone else is producing, and produce a product that is sought after, that is truly a standout shining star in the market.
Sure. So that extra over ordinary, absolutely the heartbeat of Diamond C. Has been for 37 years. The next question though is, how does that translate to our team members? 730 today. Yeah. How does that translate, that extraordinary product, how does it translate to our team members, and what does it mean for them?
Yeah. So it's that extraordinary effort, that extraordinary product is absolutely our foundation for growth. Over the last, you said 37 years, and absolutely our growth has been built on building an extraordinary product. It is the way that we create jobs. It is the way we create opportunities for our team members to grow and advance. Not to discount any other part or form or piece of the business, but that extraordinary product is the foundation for the growth and success of our team members on an individual level and on overall team-wide organizational level. When we build that extraordinary product that's not just good average work, but that is truly set apart, exceptional in the market, the best quality standards, when we build that, the market craves it. Yeah. The demand is there. Customers come to us, want to buy our product, want to invest in our product, and that is the key to Diamond C's growth as we move forward in continuing to strive to make Diamond C a better and better place to work, continuing to strive to create more jobs, continuing to strive to create growth opportunities for the people that are here, to create better benefits packages. All these things, I believe, absolutely start with building an extraordinary product. Without that, we're just like everyone else.
Yeah.
And that's not a good position to be in when you have no differentiator.
Right.
It is definitely not something that fuels the growth and success of team members when we're average and ordinary.
Yeah, for sure. So extraordinary product development equals growth and success for our team members.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah. So next we're gonna go see how does extraordinary show up in the manufacturing process. Let's go take a look. So we're here on the weld and fabrication side of Diamond C. We're with Sam Ulmer, Diamond C's Director of Quality. Sam, talk to us a bit about what does extraordinary mean? How does it show up in welding and fabrication?
Well, it shows up in welding and fabrication from the very beginning. We think welding because that's all glorious and all, but you've got the fit up, you've got the layout, you've got part fabrication where it's all got to be right. If it doesn't fit up right, it's not going to weld out right. And you know as well as I do, because you've pulled many trailers, if that trailer is not perfectly straight, it's going to pull on you this way or that way. And that's why it's so critical that we get these welds and this fabrication dead on, because this is what sets the foundation for this trailer as it moves all the way through the process.
Sure. Can you show us from this point, show us some real examples of what the difference is in extraordinary and not extraordinary?
I've got some great examples I'd love to show you.
Cool.
All right, so we were talking about showing extraordinary and not extraordinary. I mean, we can see here, these are some examples we have in all of our shops. This is obviously not extraordinary. You're probably not going to see anything like this, but we want to exaggerate it so people see the problems. This over here, you might say that's a good weld. I would still say it's not extraordinary. We have an uneven toe here. I want it better. We expect better. We demand better, because that's what extraordinary is. And you can see here we have even more examples. This is a little bit more pronounced. This is when we train individuals. This is what we show. Now when we come over here and look at what extraordinary is, we've taken this, and this is welded through robotic welding. Now what that does is that gives us the ability to use robots to have a consistent, repeatable process every single time, and at a high rate of speed, which makes our process more efficient. But if you can see it, it is almost a perfectly uniformed weld, and that's what we want every time. That is extraordinary. Okay, so as we looked at extraordinary welding on our engineered beams, fabricating a trailer is not just about welding. It's about fit up. We have these jigs here that make sure our trailer parts are in perfect alignment before we even weld it. We have our fabricated parts that come from our fabrication shop. They are designed and fabricated so that they fit perfectly into the frames. And then we have the actual hands-on manual work by our team members. Welds like this, which are fantastic. We come over here on this side, we have even more welds that are great, where we're tying parts in. It's all about the attitude at which we do it. You talk about a good work environment. If you look down this bay, you can see everything is organized, everything is clean. The parts can move freely down the work cell, and it's an efficient and safe environment, which leads to quality work. And this quality work that's done here in the weld shop and fabrication moves over into our powder coat facility, because any errors that we see in welding are just accentuated with powder coat. So we really want to make sure that what we do here is truly extraordinary before we send it over for our paint operations.
So we're here in the finish department, or what we call the powder coat building. I'm with Fausto Reyes, which is the quality manager for the whole finish operation. Sam teed us up a few minutes ago over on the weld and fabrication side of the street and showed us what extraordinary means there. Fausto, what does extraordinary mean in the finish operation, and how does it show up? Like, what is your expectation of extraordinary throughout this process?
Yeah, so for me here in the powder coat building, being the quality manager, it shows up at being very thorough, being intentional in our processes. Our first stage here is our blast, wash, and prep. That sets the foundation for the whole process as soon as that trailer comes over here. Starting with your blast. Blast, you'll take away all the mill scale, take away all the rust, all the impurities on that metal, and it goes into our prep stage where we prep that trailer going into the wash. In that wash, it's a 4-stage wash where we get into all those different chemicals to your alkaline, your phosphate. They all serve a unique purpose in washing that trailer and getting all those impurities out of it.
Why is this critical? Why is the foundation critical when you're talking about moving forward?
It's critical here because that will turn into the downstream of things that in the powder application. That can cause a major effect on it if this stage isn't properly done the first time.
So the way I understand it, if this isn't done right, the powder's not going to hold up. You can take an ugly, rusty piece of metal, make it look pretty with powder, but it's not going to last a long time like it needs to.
Correct.
So if it's prepped correctly, critically prepped, you take your time, you really go about it to the detail, the powder's going to hold up a whole lot longer, right?
Correct.
Awesome. We're going to go take a look at stage 2, or the next step beyond the foundation. Now we'll go look at the powder coat.
Yes, sir. Go.
We are now in the powder coat room. Fausto, talk to us about the powder coat process and why is it extraordinary? What makes it extraordinary?
It starts off with our high quality primer and top coat that we have here at Diamond C. It's important to our processes here and our techniques. Coming from our foundation in stage 1, everything translates to here. Down to having that mill thickness right, applying that primer correctly, even the powder from top to bottom, front to back, all the hard to reach spaces have to be applied carefully.
So it's a lot like what we talked about over there in that, I mean, we can spend as much money as we want on the type of product we're going to use for powder, but if we're not very thorough in how we apply it, then it's all for naught. You might as well not do it because it's not going to perform as it should. So it's just it's a repeatable process as it was in stage 1. We just have to be thorough in how we apply it.
Thorough and diligent in our work that we do day in, day out to get that top level product out.
As you can see, we're now on the finish line, what I call the home stretch. Trailers are about to exit the door, but before that, Fausto, talk to us about the expectation of extraordinary on the finish line. How does it show up here?
It shows up a lot of ways, just from our foundation, stage 1 to stage 2. Here is a high level of process orientation here. Down to having your decals put in straight, your electrical being connected properly, down to your suspension being torqued properly. Here I have an example of a harness that failed quality standards. Due to it not being up to quality, we took it off, put a brand new harness in there. So it's just taking that level of ownership in the work that we do here.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good example because that's a very small part, but that one part could fail 10 minutes out the door and be a terrible customer experience. So we don't allow that. Right. So we've talked about all the product side. Now we're going to go into the service to match piece of our niche, being extraordinary trailers with service to match. Extraordinary customer service at Diamond C is a serve one another mindset. I'm here with Kim Crabb, co-founder of Diamond C and the heartbeat of customer service for the last 37 years. Mom, talk to us for a minute about internal and external customer service. Internal being team member to team member, external being from Diamond C to the dealer or the end user. So talk to us a bit about that.
Okay. The internal customer service starts when the phone rings and we take that order. The order is then processed through a couple of departments inside the office before it's ready to go out. Once it goes out, we have several departments here that have hands-on with that manufacturer of that trailer. Starting with our fab shop that fabs some of the components that go into a trailer. Then it goes through, of course, the welding and then the finishing, painting and finishing. Then we're going to go over to the shipping and gone. All the team members that know that on the day they're hired that we want them to want to build an extraordinary product also. And so they know that that's part of the prerequisite, is to want to pour into a trailer to make sure it's going to be extraordinary from start to finish and out to the end user. And for the end user to be proud that they did choose Diamond C and that that's what they spent their money on and they're getting a great product.
So internally, it's the small things. It's serving one another from department to department, ultimately creating that extraordinary product. When we talk about the external, the dealer, the end user, how does Extraordinary show up from that aspect?
We want to be sure that we handle each of those, dealers or end customer, with the best care. We want to wow them with the Diamond C Love Strong, that we are here for them, that we want them to be proud that they're selling Diamond C, or we want the end user to be proud that he's buying Diamond C. So in any circumstance, we have a team of team members that will answer questions, that will help them with any circumstance, the dealer, with any circumstance, even if it's small, to help with the dealer, with the sell on their end to the end customer. End customers call from time to time, and they have an older trailer, something even built back into the 80s and 90s, that they're going to repaint. They're still proud that they have Diamond C. It still works for them. It was built great. So they want to repaint it. They need a new VIN sticker. Well, we offer them a free package of all the signage that goes back on there, be it our logos, be it warning labels, tighten your lug nuts periodically. And so they seem to be amazed that we will do all that for them for no charge. But we're proud that they want to continue to have our product and they use it, and we're proud that they want to put our name back out there on the road for us. Another type of customer service in here is for the dealer or the end user, is they can email us through Contact Us. And when they do that, we want to reply to them in a timely manner. We want to help them. They may just want to know what jack to replace. We want to help them get that jack and to replace it on there, so it's still going to be a great product for them, and that they're just proud that they own Diamond C.
Extraordinary customer service, serve one another. The pursuit of extraordinary is the responsibility of every team member across Diamond C. Getting it right the first time and seeking thorough understanding are paramount. Without this concept, nothing else matters. When we work together, we will produce extraordinary trailers with service to match.